Day is breaking and it's time to scrapbook. Day is breaking and it's time to scrapbook. Come Teri Rice and scrap my pictures. Day is breaking and it's time to scrapbook. And now it's time for that scrapbooker extraordinaire, Teri. Tally me bananas, rice.
Oh no, he's out of control, I tell you. Okay, I am gonna do the second page to this, and I have to tell you, when I look at this, it totally reminds me of that day so much, and of the venue. It was, you know, there was some snow there. It was in, what was it, January 9th?
Around there.
Yeah, January 9th of last year. And this venue, it was so pretty. Oh, and she told me the name of it, and it's Terrace and a number. So at the end, I'll look for that. Okay, so I've already taped this down because that was the longest part of my video yesterday, trying to get it straight. And so I've got that down. I have to say, I love these papers. I just can't get over how much, when I have these pictures on here, it just reminds me of that day so much. Okay, so again, I'm going to, and I'll get a good picture of the pictures when at the end. It was just, they had just done this place up so good. It looks so wintry and everything. It was just so pretty. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have these probably right around there. I gotta check my cheat photo. Oh, and I think I had my picture or my paper flipped over last time because I want this to match up with the other one. So I did check to make sure this is right, even though it's actually two different papers because of there wasn't enough of one sheet because I need a little more than the actual measurement. Okay, so I am going to stick this over here, so I've got to make sure I have room for that. And this is the ice skates I made in my for my winter bliss, and I had them on the sled before, but I did make one pair that the first one I didn't realize that that I couldn't get them around the sled. So anyway, I'm going to have this over here, so I need to have room for that. So I think this is probably right around here. And I want it a little more empty space over here because it's going to be in the corner anyway. And this over here. And I'm always keeping this in mind, that I want it to be close to that. And I might not have it as far over as this one, but I want it close to that. So probably right about there. Okay, so I'm going to start with this middle one. And I would say about here. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I'm straight. Pretty close. It's kind of hard to tell because, you know, it's like I'm seeing the ruler here and here with the dark and the light there. And now I'm just like guessing a 1/16 of an inch because that's kind of like how I like my borders or my mats. So that's what I'm guessing when I'm putting these down. It gets cold and then my ring starts spinning. It's like I keep finding that on the other side. Okay, now these two pictures are the same picture. And they had these old skates hanging on this ladder with some other, you know, wintry looking things. And, oh, down here it says the best is yet to be. But, you know, because of COVID, we have hand sanitizer everywhere, and it's here in this picture. So I took a close-up of this, and I didn't really realize what I was going to do about the whole picture thing, but I'm actually going to put this one down here, and then I'm going to overlap them, because that way I don't have to look at that sanitary thing in my picture. So I'm just going to put it to a little bit to one side, and I'm just kind of guessing by here from what I had planned in my photo that I took. Okay, and then I'm going to take this one, and I don't want to just put it like lined up like I did here since it's the same picture. So I'm just going to set it down a little ways, and I don't care if a little bit of this shows, because that way you're not looking at the whole hand sanitizer thing, just like you can see it over here. It's like it's just not that big of a deal like seeing that whole thing. And I'm going to bring it up and show it to you just so that you see what I'm talking about, that whole sanitizer thing. And it's like, it's kind of annoying that it had to disrupt our not just disrupt our life, but disrupt our decor. Okay, so I'm just gonna overlap that like that. So now I basically have my pictures in place, and now I'm gonna do my embellishments. And I had these two pieces, the sled that I used in this picture here. And if you haven't seen my embellishment for Winter Bliss, this is actually hanging like this, but the bird's not there, on the sled. So this one I had made first. I didn't realize I wouldn't be able to get these on there once I glued these on here. So, or glued that little string that's supposed to be holding them up. I guess it would have been like a shoestring in actual. But so anyway, this one I had made first, but it worked out for this because I decided I was going to use, now they don't have a sled in theirs at all, but I love the sled. I decided I was going to use the sled, and then I thought, well, I'm just going to use these separately. So I'm going to, let's see, do I want to stick those down? I guess I can actually put tape right over that. Because, you know, I like to tape first. And I'm glad I didn't tape right onto my things there. And there was ice skates on the other side, or was there? No, I do have another ice skate picture, or yeah, ice skates. But the picture turned out so bright compared to what these ones did, because these looked like the place, and my other picture, I don't think I have it out here, it was so bright, and it actually, I seen that it took it bright, and I took it twice, but both times it turned out bright, but it didn't look like what the place actually looked like because it was way too bright. So where these ones look like the place did that day. Okay, so I've got this little snowflake on a like a piece of wood. So I'm just going to tuck that underneath that little pine branch. And then I have this little heart from the foam stickers, and I'm just going to put it just below here. And you know, lots of my layers, lots of my embellishments, I will overlap things because I love the collage look. So I don't always have things not, I mean, lots of times I have things overlapped. So you'll just see that with my stuff. And then even though I have this one floating out here, and this one's gonna float too. So this is one of the tiny faux brads, decorative brads. Okay, so I basically have my cluster up here now, and this I'm gonna leave like it is because I wanted some of the paper to show, and Janet always says it gives you your eye a place to rest. So sometimes I fill up the whole space. You never know. Okay, now I've got some different pine branches here. Like this is one of those pines with the long needles, and I got a couple of short needle pines. And I'm sorry about my husky voice today. I don't know what it is. I think it's earlier. You can always tell when I really started the video earlier because of I end up with that husky voice. And I'll tell you, today it is cold in here, and I'm sitting right by the fire. But I still don't have any socks on, so flip-flops, no socks. Okay, so I'm gonna put this maybe like right around here. I'm gonna put it down gently in case I want to move it a little bit. I'm gonna put this like here because I am actually making my cluster base. So that's what that is there. And then I'm going to put this deer here. Okay, yes, so that's perfect, I would say. Oh, I gotta have room for this. I gotta make sure I leave room for this. This says best time ever, which it really was an awesome, awesome time, I have to tell you. And I'm gonna pull it down a little bit, so make sure you can see everything. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this here because I've got my space. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and push those down because they're fine now. There's so much static I've got, I keep finding stuff stuck to me, like wax paper and... Okay, now since it's like I always want to put dimensionals behind these, but it is a major task when they have legs and antlers. I was gonna say branches. So I'm just gonna put him flat, and then I'll have something else that's dimensional. Janet's always talking about the mood and feel, and I'll tell you, this is totally the mood and feel of that day. Okay, did I have him down this far? Yes, probably. Okay, so I'm going to put him right there. Oh, this one is not down far enough, or he's not up high enough. So I'm going to move this down a little bit because I only taped this. Oh, I thought he was probably glued down pretty good. Okay. Okay, because I want him here because I do have some snowflakes to go up above. And I know the pine is way too big for the perspective, but That does not bother me at all. Okay, so let's see, I have these 2 snowflakes. I think that's the only big snowflakes I have, let's see. And then I have some little embellishments, okay. So I'm gonna put this one down first because I'm gonna let the other one overlap it a little bit. So I'm just gonna bring this down just a little bit underneath that pine, or do I want it over the pine? I think I'm gonna let it go over the pine. And I'm gonna turn this snowflake this way because the other one I'm gonna put one of the things upright. So there, one of the foam ones. And then I have this little foam. I mean, it's very tiny. Well, it's smaller than a dime, I would say. Okay, and I'm gonna stick that one right here. And the antlers have a white outline around them, and both of them I have stuck the foam pieces right over them because it's like there's nothing that's actually hidden except for white paper. Okay, and then I've got this little blue heart, and I'm gonna put it right above the best time ever because it was a wedding reception, even though I don't have any people in these pictures. But I'm gonna do another one of the reception with people in it. I just gotta make sure I okay my main characters that you can actually see. Okay, so I've got the one faux enamel or brad there, and I'm gonna stick the other one up in here in the pines. And then all I have left to do is add some enamel dots. And let's see, I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things. So I would like to add 3. So I think I will add, do I want to add a big one? Maybe I'll add a big one and just kind of tuck it up in here. Or where? I don't want to put it behind here. We don't want him to look like he's dropping little blue ice cubes. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put one of these here. And then stick another one of these in amongst the pines. Okay, and then over here I have, let's see, I always like to count 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, I have 9 if I count both skates. But I'm not going to use any of the, well, let's see. This one here is, well, it's very close to that. It's kind of between that size and that size, and that looks like that size. So I think I'm only going to use little ones up here. So I'm going to stick one there, and I'm going to stick one here. And then maybe I'll just kind of stick one, maybe I'll put one in the pines here too. Or maybe just one up here. Kind of looks like that's where it needs it. Okay. And so that is it for my 2-page layout. I know it took me 2 days to do a 2-page layout, but sometimes that happens. And I kind of had it planned similarly. Now, yeah, it's like this paper looks, I swear they were the same color, but it might have been that this was on this side. I don't know. I don't know how it was, but there it is, and it's not going to matter once it's in the scrapbook. But I love this place. It was so beautiful. I could have just moved in and lived there. And when I was telling my nephew, I said, oh my goodness, your venue is amazing. He goes, I knew after I seen you scrapbook that this would be a place you would love. So yeah, it was really a gorgeous place. And my husband said he didn't think it looked like a barn on the outside, but it's like as soon as you went in there, it's like you think, oh, it looked industrial, it looked farm, it looked winter, it looked like Wisconsin. So beautiful, beautiful place, beautiful wedding. And yeah, the next one, we'll have some people in it. So have a great day. I will have close-ups at the end. And remember to check out everybody else that is playing with Through the Seasons, because you just never know what we're gonna do, what kind of papers we're using, because we made kits out of papers that we had. I started with the kit and added things to it, and then I actually added this yesterday when I decided I needed a dark piece of wood to go with these photos. So thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Okay, don't leave. I found out the name of the place is called Terrace 167, and it's in Richfield, Wisconsin. And it's an event. What's it called? It's an event. Let me see if I can find it real quick. They call it an event venue in Richfield. So if you're in Wisconsin and like this, I mean, I'm not making any money from, but it's like, it was so lovely, I would like for people to see it. So that's where it's at. I gotta tell you, it was an awesome, beautiful place. So I've actually added Terrace 167 right down here because I thought that would be cute. I thought, yeah, I'm just gonna add that because that way I remember the name of the place if anybody ever asks. So, okay, back to the back to the end again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.